What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. And today, unfortunately, I'm back at it with Cardi B. Now, we all know what's going on around the world right now. People are in quarantine. Serena Williams is tripping. I'm about to make a video about her. Cardi B is tripping. Remember, she's out here talking about she can't go out, can't wear her clothes, can't go shopping. But Cardi B in quarantine is starting to become a greater political joke. She's out there giving her political ideologies. Cardi B is not that bright if you listen to her talk. It's obvious she doesn't know what she's talking about, right? Cardi B is she's dumb, all right? Idris Elba says the same thing. Cardi B's not smart, okay? We can tell by the way that she talks and what she talks about that she doesn't know what she's talking about. But she's entertaining. She will do a live stream on the toilet and all this stuff. But Cardi B has decided to be a spokesperson for the Chinese, right? And a lot of people have taken out their frustrations on Chinese people in America. There has been, some acts of, Chinese racism in the UK, people not wanting to be by them, people, accusing them of of spreading the Wuhan virus along. And so there are people, unfortunately, in America that have been targeted because of their race, right? And racism is a very bad thing. I know that because I'm black and I experience racism a lot, okay? Especially in Poland, as a black person, people think that, you don't know what you're talking about. You have certain issues just because you're black. So I already know how that feels by being a black person. And I get it. Racism is wrong. But Cardi B has taken a stand to protect the Chinese people. And she did so in an Instagram live, in which we'll post here and you can hear what she had to say. But in fact, before I weigh in on this, it's better that if we can let Cardi B actually discuss what she has to say, and then I'll kind of, weigh in. So let's go ahead and play the clip of Cardi B talking about, why people need to stop, being racist against the Chinese. So let's go ahead and play that.
I want to let you guys know, let's stop being xenophobic. Let's stop saying fucked up jokes. Let's stop having crazy anger, because I've been seeing a lot of Asians get beat up and all that shit. And it's just like, a lot of people want to look for an excuse. We're like, oh, well, Asians, they be racist towards us and everything. And it's like, you know what? At this moment in life right now, for once, let's all be one race. You know what I'm saying? Let's all be one race. Because at the end of the day, in the eyes of God, we are all one. And the more we're nicer to each other, the more we're nicer to each other, the more God will forgive us, and the faster we get cured off this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we really don't know who's lying. Because the Chinese is saying that a country put that disease over there, and you never know if it's true. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people owe money to China, and at the end of the day, we want to let you guys really, I feel like sometimes us that we can make, people be making jokes and stuff. Little white jokes, you know what I'm saying? Like little jokes that be xenophobic, but it be so harmless. And it's like, I feel like everybody's guilty of it, but it's like when certain people do it, like when people represent a country, I feel like that is not right to do. Because at the end of the day, let's ask ourselves this: do we really want beef? Do we really want smoke with China? Ask yourself, do we really want smoke with China? First of all, a lot of people owes money to motherfucking China, because them motherfuckers do everything. A lot of shit, a lot of our clothes, a lot of our shoes, a lot of our hair, a lot of our everything comes from them. A lot of our electronics, it comes from them. So So it's like, imagine if the top Chinese dogs start feeling a certain type of motherfucking way, right? And they be like, you know what? Fuck y'all niggas. We ain't fucking with you. Really?
All right, as you heard, Cardi B explained that, we're all one people. We need to be one race right now. I know the Chinese may have been racist to people before, but we can't worry about that. We don't really want to get involved with China because they have so many things. So we pretty much need to give China a pass. And I find that kind of interesting because Cardi B, not too long ago, went to Nigeria, right? And, it was a great trip for Cardi B. She loved Nigeria. It was a success. She went to Ghana. But in Nigeria, just a few days ago, there was a situation where a Chinese restaurant refused service to Nigerians in Lagos. I don't know if you heard what I had to say. There were Chinese people in Nigeria that refused service to Africans. Not only did that happen, we can go to Kenya, where there are numerous incidents of Chinese beating their workers, all right, abusing their workers, whipping them, refusing to sell food to Africans inside there. Just in Uganda, there was a story of 10 Chinese people who bribed themselves out of quarantine, who had the virus. And if you want to talk about racism, Wodi Maya did a story about how you had Chinese in Africa someplace, and they were telling the children to pretty much recite the fact that, hey, we are monkeys. They're telling the kids to say it about themselves. And how many numerous experiences do blacks go to China and get racism all of the time? And when blacks experience racism, do the Chinese people ever come to the defense of blacks? Let's talk about that. While Cardi B is sitting back defending the Chinese, and I understand the position, when do you ever see the Chinese ever come out and speak out against, number one, their citizens that go to Africa and mistreat the people? The Chinese government never acknowledges that. The people who stay in Kenya or Uganda on illegal visas, the mistreatment of African workers. And don't get me started on the Chinese incidents with blacks in the United States. And as a black woman, Cardi B, how many times have we heard about Chinese beauty salons or Chinese stores beating up black women? How many times do you hear that? We hear it all the time. Nail shops and stuff like that, attacking black women, black customers. This is not uncommon. And the thing about it is, the Chinese never come out and publicly reprimand their people when they do that. You had some illegal Chinese in Uganda about 2 years ago that were doing some illegal business, and the police showed up and the Chinese started beating up the police officers. But nobody ever comes to the defense of Africans when the Chinese abuse them. Nobody does it. Okay, but now, since the Chinese are experiencing racism, we all need to be one with China. We all need to be one with everybody else. I'm gonna tell you one thing, right? I have a friend, I'm gonna shout him out, Randy Flagg. He's married to a Chinese woman right now. He's black and she's Chinese. The baby cannot get citizenship in China because the baby's half black. They don't consider that baby to be Chinese. The baby can't even go to school. All right? So the Chinese never consider people the same. That's the thing about blacks. We are always trying to be one with other people who other people are not trying to be one with us. All right? We're always, even when you come to Africa, there's a saying that goes around. A Chinese person can come to Africa with nothing, and then an African will befriend the Chinese person, help him get a business, help him start up with all these things, and the African and the Chinese person will come here and about 5 years will become rich. And the Chinese some people will make fun of blacks for doing that. You know, you never see the Chinese extend those things. You never do. So why must it be that blacks always got to stick up for everybody else? When we go through things, when we go through racism in the country, and if we want to talk about extending the hands to any minority, African Americans have opened the door for any minority to come in. It was our civil rights that every person benefits off of. Hispanics, Chinese, whatever. When blacks get killed in the streets, when blacks are arrested, Chinese Americans have been in America for years. They are silent. But yet and still, if a Chinese person kills a black person, legally or illegally, they are protesting for their own people to get off. But at the same time, you have people like Cardi B who want to protect people that don't care about us. All right? And this is what I'm going to say. Black women need to stop supporting Cardi B. All right? Because she doesn't care anything about, and I'm just talking about you, right? Black men more so understand this. You're the one that's getting abused in these salons. All right? They come and set up shop where you sisters go get your hair done. And they'll sometimes abuse you. You know that that's happened before. I'm not saying all of them do that, but it's happened before. Whenever one of you are abused, whenever you are a black person abused, the Chinese community doesn't come out and defend you. They are silent. They don't care because they don't look at you as one group of people like Cardi B is suggesting. That's why when people start talking like that, you stop supporting them. Cardi B damn well knows that she can go to Africa and get some love. Cardi B not going to China and getting nothing from them. But you want to be one people with the world. That's what's wrong with us now. We always try to do that. When you go to Uganda, do the Indians say, we want to be one with you? No. They don't intermix or mate with Africans, or the Chinese don't intermix and mate with Africans or blacks. They don't. The reason why they do that, they think that they're better. The Chinese Americans don't come to America and they don't intermix with blacks. The Indians don't intermix with black. That's the truth. We all know that wherever they go, they don't. But here we are trying to be jumped in with the world community to protecting them. They don't defend our communities. None of them. They don't. We all know that. So why are we sticking? The Chinese have enough money and enough publicity to stick out for themselves. They do it all the time. All right. So if they're experiencing any kind of atrocities around the world, the Chinese community is so huge, they don't need black people supporting them. They don't need black people speaking up for them. The Chinese got this. So black people like Cardi B or people who are Afro, Latina, black people need to stop supporting. Black women need to stop supporting Cardi B. And that's just the honest truth. And if you don't like it, I don't care. But guys, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, hit the bell. It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Don't forget to check out my first comment pinned to the top. Get all your black men or perfect t-shirts there in the first comment at my Teespring store. Also, send me email, Patreon. As you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.